Welcome back, people. Today is gonna be a little bit, let's call it an introduction video about the mods we are gonna use. I wouldn't say this is a 100% horror overhaul. I took a look at the Grim Curse, was it Grim something? The Grim mod. I read the description and I saw what it did, and I really did not like it that much. But then I saw the Whispering Hills overhaul, and I looked at a shit ton of posts, and I did a lot of testing with this. Every time I installed like 25 mods-ish, I did a test run and yada yada. Everything worked. I started out with like 120 FPS outside, and then I got down to a mix. I would say a mix. In downtown, like in the middle where the arena is, I get like 35 to 60. And if you guys watched my last playthrough, that was like 1 year ago or something, we got like 22 FPS, and we even have an ENB on and all that. I mostly followed this list. It's called Way to the Lost, because he has some unique tweaks of himself and all that. I did follow, let's say my mod list is like 60-70-ish% of this. You can see like everything he did here with little descriptions, because everything he does, like in his list, is a little bit different than other mod lists, because this one doesn't need you to do all the crazy shit, with like Fallout 4 edit and all the crazy shit, The only thing you're gonna use once at the very, very end, it's a program called, I'm gonna show you in a second. Let me just close this. Let me close my browser, because after this we're gonna go into character creation 2, so you can see how it looks with and without ENB. It's gonna be, of course, a little bit like dark-ish. I turned off Darker Nights, so don't even try it. I used Darker Nights and was literally so pissed dark. The whole screen was black. So I just turned it off earlier, did a test run, and I saw it was still very dark at night, but you could still see things, So yeah, so that's a good thing. Let's go over the mods. Plugins, we are at 241. And as you can see here on the right, I'm actually pointing with my finger, but you can't see it. All these lost patches are a fuck ton of patches. And these are bundled, as you can see here. I think I forgot to click this, so it got left out. But it is here. Lost Patches ESP, I think. Is it? Yeah. That's basically a merged. As you can see here, we have Z edit. And with this, we got into Z merge. There's an easy tutorial on YouTube, but basically you just build a merge just with these lost patch ESPs, and that's it. Because it's like 50-ish patches all at once. So yeah. Also keep in mind, I'm gonna say this in the beginning, so you like get a paper out or get a text document, write it down. Look at the bottom here. I got the lost patches here. Then I got the Whispering Hills stuff, and then you have the Diamond City expansion as second last, and you have the. At least, this is all on me. This is not from the mod. But I have Modern Weapon Replacer that basically replaces all the standard guns in the game. Like, literally replaces them. But since I have so many mods, and I don't really know how to fix it, I know of one weapon, and I think that's the laser musket that got replaced. I saw it from Preston in Concord. That it's kinda invisible, and I don't really know how to fix it. I'm not a pro. It worked before I used Whispering Hills, I think, and the Lost Patches. So God knows what does it, but who cares? It's just a laser musket replacer. You barely see that weapon anyway in the game. And I think you can swap it out with Preston. But since we have all these like depravity overhaul and shit, the thing where you we have these big ass quest mods where you can basically change the main quest in Act 1, 2, and 3. And I think something does there's some weird stuff like with a gang and Concord and shit, like with these big mods, and I never played them, so that's gonna be interesting. But yeah, Whispering Hills is basically the horror overhaul that makes the game a little bit like Silent Hill-ish. You know, there's a fog everywhere. It sounds also pretty funny, but since there's fog, it kind of increases your FPS and stuff. And I think I read that you can, anytime you want, you can deactivate Whispering Hills later. For example, when you do like the quest, you have it finished and you play a lot with the horror stuff, you know, and yet at some point there's gonna be a point, you know, like a couple days, weeks in, you're gonna say, okay, like I had enough, I had my fun, I want to see the sun again, you know, shit like that. Then you can easily deactivate it and still continue playing because, yeah, reasons. But there is literally on the description page, there's like Siren Head and a lot of other creepy shit. And I did a test run, you know, like running with God mode a little bit around, see if there was like crashes and shit. And there was some creepy shit happening. And I don't like horror games, so that's going to be interesting. So you're going to start with these things. I'm not going to explain everything, but they are pretty simple. Address library for plugins, buff out 4, high FPS fix, better console, mod configuration menu, Fallout 4 photo mode, and unlimited survival Fallout 4. Fallout F4 SE basically. I'm just thinking about something. I remember there was a bug at the end that I fixed. I don't quite remember what the bug was though. If I remember later, I'm gonna tell you 100%. But this video basically only explains the mods. Then I go a little bit into character creation, but I'm not gonna like upload a 1 hour and 30 minutes video just on explaining mods and character creation. So you can consider this episode 0, and then probably later or tomorrow episode 1. Yeah, and in a week or 2, we're gonna get, of course, Mass Effect Legendary Edition. So, textures. We didn't go crazy on textures. So, we got fixed alpha maps, flicker fixer, power armor map fix, wetness shader fix. There is satellite maps for collectors. Power armor had no transparency. Power armor immersive visor glass, visor glass. Then we got all these Severin X mods. It's basically like I think it's like a 1K, 2K mix stuff. So you get basically better FPS, but stuff or things still look good. Because at least when I do it, I have a GTX 1080 and a Ryzen 1700X, I think it's called, and 16 gigabytes of RAM. And I mean, we all know Fallout 4 is like weirdly optimized, and we get all the shit with the pre-combines, you know. So don't want to go that crazy. Let me just make this a little bit bigger. Okay. Yeah, basically only texture stuff. This is from Spiffy, I think, specifically for caves, masonry, and submarine. Some military stuff retextured. Then we have some core mods. Nothing too serious. It's not. You can't even consider this core mods, but you know, worthwhile cap stashes, classic holstered weapon systems, kinda cool. I know there's one gun I saw earlier that is a little. I think that's the Desert Eagle. That is a bugged. Like it looks bugged, you know. It's like a floating piece when it's when it's on your leg. But everything else like kinda worked. Of course, you probably don't have a rocket launcher because some things are supported, some are not. But often you see weapons on the back of your companions and stuff. Of course, doesn't work in power armor, but they considered that. Decreased automatron bullshit encounters, minor rust level tweaks. Of course, we got AWKCR. We got, at least I got CBBE. I think Way of the Lost goes for vanilla bodies, so you can choose whatever you want. Realistic conversions, encounter zone recalculation, Way of the Lost tweaks. Then, of course, we got crafting highlight fix, the dev UI stuff, HUD framework, full dialog interface, string patches, VisG item sorting, Way of the Lost tweaks for VisG. We got the fall UI stuff, and we got better sleep weight and radioactive load screens. All that shit works. I already tested it. There's like literally like no bug at all. But this is Fallout 4. This game wouldn't be Fallout 4 without bugs later when we play. Animations, of course. We have the last tweaks movement. Raw input. Keep in mind when you see all this stuff, like read what he has to say in his guide about his tweaks. But sometimes he has like stuff in here that has stuff included that you don't need to download separate. Sprint stuttering, realistic death physics, automatically lowered weapons, bullet counted reload system, swinging animated meatbags, faster getup, some animations. Then we have the character stuff. If I'm gonna do some new character overhauls again, I'm not sure yet. We got, of course, looks menu, the customization companion, eye normal map fix, wake up, gold eyes textures. That's that's my eye mod. Ponytail hairstyles, love more facial hair, male hairstyles, paint stirred, the eyes of beauty, detailed hair, mouth, teeth. I got Valkyrie. I think I got Valkyrie face textures. And we have the FSM body extreme. Keep in mind though, I think FSM body texture extreme is literally like 7 gigabytes. Because there's a lot of 8K textures in that. Also keep in mind, because we are on YouTube, of course, there's not gonna be naked characters, because as ugly as it is, and I'm not gonna like play around with like bikinis and shit and the body slide stupid stuff, because on CBBE I chose never nude, and never nude basically gives you some ugly ass bottom and upper clothing, so when you get rid of some armor and stuff, you basically cannot see a naked body. It's for demonetization, and I think it's literally like nudity against the rules on YouTube or some shit, but YouTube is weird. Weapons. I'm not gonna go over the weapons because we got a fuck ton of weapons, as you can see, and some of these are even, like, it goes even more crazy. Like, the Modern Weapon Replacers pack for me has all the links on the page, and I just downloaded them all. And basically, with the Weapon Replacer mod, I had literally a piece of paper, and I wrote down all the weapons I actually replaced, because you shouldn't replace, let's say, you can replace everything how you want it, right? So you don't want this, like a P90 submachine gun replaces pipe guns, but at the same time you have like a AK-47 replacing pipe guns. Of course, that's kind of conflicting. So I wrote down on a little note everything I replaced, so I didn't double replace, kinda. So all these weapons are basically in the normal level list and all that shit, I think. Some of these even have quests. They are, of course, highly customizable. Then, of course, we got some weapon packages, like the one from, oh god, who is he? Skibada weapon pack, Redux and stuff. Already tested. 99% of the stuff works. So yeah, you have to decide for yourself if you're gonna use the replacers. But I'm just one of these people, you know, I can't really stand all this, like, I never really liked the base weapons that Fallout 4 had. Sure, first playthrough back in 2015, you know, new game, kinda cool and shit. But the more you play the game, the more I didn't want to see these weapons anymore. Armors, we have some stuff here, like Private Military Company, that even have, like, add-ons that, like, the Brotherhood of Steel gets overhauled and stuff, like armor replacer and stuff. They even have like patches for it, like not like patches, but like patches on the armor, basically. Armor Smith Extended, basically some clothing, armors, random stuff, right? I haven't modded this game for a long time, so I actually forgot a lot of mods, but I didn't want to go too crazy because we were already very high. Then we got some NPC stuff, like glowing animals a bit light, amazing follower tweaks, set like companion dialogue overhaul. You got Ellen, that's my overhaul for Kate, but I only got the preset version because when I meet an NPC, I'm gonna probably open the console, you know, apply the corresponding preset to the face. We got Kirsten, Ellen. That's a preset, by the way, from me. Of course, Platinum Curie. DC and West Coast Super Mutants, Better Caravan, Synth Overhaul, facials for everyone. We Are the Minutemen, Valentine Reborn, Gunner Outfit Pack Standalone, and also it's integrated into, well, the Gunners basically. Pretty simple. Then we got, where is it? A few short stories about the Commonwealth, Inside Jobs, Pipsy, Outcast and Remnants, Fusion City Rising, Depravity. That's like the big quests, kinda, that also do a lot about the main quest. Like change the main quest acts in the game. I'm not sure how it works, but I'm probably just gonna play them, I guess. DK for Better Ghouls, The Breachers for Diamond City, something like quest stuff. Extended Lore Project Beta. Is that the little robot? I'm not sure. I know there's a robot that's pretty cool. In the beginning, where Dogmeat is. That is literally like a little that does like noises when there's like information and lore to be learned, and he can even like scan areas and shit, and like marks stuff for you, like bobbleheads and stuff. It's pretty crazy. Of course, we got Atomic Radio and Tales of the Commonwealth. We got the Underground Hideout Redux Playhome. That's going to be our main base later, separate from, well, wherever we're going to build. It's probably going to be either Red Rocket or Sanctuary. I'm gotta see. Alright. Of course, that's the same stuff. Atomic Radio. I think that's the base mod and that's the settler one, yeah. We got Project Valkyrie. It belongs to Depravity and these three here. True Grass. Oh, by the way, all these big mods have companions. Of course, I'm gonna overhaul the faces of them too. True Grass, Diamond City Expansion, The Machine and Her, Real Water, Tales from the Commonwealth. I wanted to use these, but when I use Desperados Overhaul with the LOD even and Badlands too, I want to make it a little bit like desert-ish. But if I use these, something with, I'm not sure if the pre-combines are breaking, but everything is flickering. So I couldn't really use them. For settlement stuff, we didn't go too much out. But we have the framework, place everywhere, workshop power pack, AK build menu, homemaker, visible idle markers, settlers go shopping, settlements expanded, pool stuff, howitzer stuff. Basically packages about like building, but nothing too crazy. And since we have I'm not sure if it's the workshop framework or the settlement menu manager, but they are all in their own categories. That's kind of cool. But as you can see, you should not use the mods where you can remove everything, because that's gonna break, I think, pre-combines and stuff, like scrap everything and shit. It's not compatible with some of the stuff in here. Even though I use Conqueror, I think it's like the very old mod from Chesco, where you can basically place your base anywhere in the world since you can scrap everything. But, yeah, I mean, when Starfield comes out end of the year, hopefully, the new space game from Bethesda, maybe we can do some cool shit there, who knows. But since it's the same engine as Fallout 4 and stuff, like an enhanced version, we're probably gonna get crazy mods too. By the way, all these mods, you can just type that name into the search bar on the Nexus and you're probably gonna find them. I have zero external mods. So no lava slab, nothing. Of course, gameplay mechanics, we got creative perks, we got balance. I'm not sure from where this is, but you're gonna see it in Way of the Lost categories. It's in there. We got Pack Attack NPC Edition, gangs with group combat tactics, so that also works on the new enemies from Whispering Hills. On this point, I want to say we're already like 19 minutes in, but I'm not sure if anyone is listening this far, but if there's like any zombie mods I could use, would be great. But the zombie mods, like some of the ghouls got replaced by the fucking nurses from Silent Hill. So we need like new spawns, we can't use existing ones. We got non-conflicting companion tweaks, accuracy boost, complex vendors, wasteland mechanic, realistic bullets, companion seal thyself. Some audio stuff, very simple. I don't know why it started me up as an audio, but we got some lighting stuff. Keep in mind that weather mods are not compatible with Whispering Hills, but if you're sick of Whispering Hills, or if you're done with Whispering Hills and you deactivate these, of course you can grab a weather mod, I guess. For visuals, we got like see-through scopes, pip-boy flashlight, cross-grid, gore overhaul, enhanced blood textures, blood mist, more noticeable hit effects, good neighbor expanded. For patches, we got some perk requirement stuff. So, like for weapons, like they make more sense and stuff. Reasonable scrapping, so you get more, scrapping is more reasonable basically. Weapons level list patches, we got some power armor to the people. Region names on save files, we got the lost AWKCR VisG patches from the guy Way of the Lost that I told you earlier. And this is the big patch, that does all the crazy shit. Like all these here on the right, and then you got Whispering Hills Episode 1, that's basically the base quest, alright? I think I'm gonna start the game now. I'm gonna go over the options real quick, and then I'm gonna go in-game, show you that the game actually starts, and then I'm gonna create a character on my own. I don't want that the video gets too long. Yeah. And yes, starting might take a while when you use that much mods. Also, we got a FPS counter in the top left. So when we are later in game, you guys are actually gonna see when the FPS drops and where it drops. Of course, we have no problems in interior cells, but sometimes outside it can get a little bit wonky. But if I'm at least above 30-35 FPS, I'm kinda happy. I mean, we're talking about Fallout 4. But probably next year, summer, I'm gonna get a new PC. And then I'm gonna give it Cyberpunk another shot if they patch the game. Got it all the DLC and stuff. But yeah, I tested it earlier without and with ENB. I can show you how it looks. I'm not even sure if I should turn the ENB off. Let me just delete the old saves. Of course, there's gonna be new music and all that stuff. I heard that the Whispering Hills, there's voice acting for some of the stuff. I'm not saying it's utterly bad, but it's kinda very bad. Even the voice of the main character is changed, really weird, from some voice actress. Of course it's not professionally done, so I might try to read the nonsensical dialogue, because the dialogue is also written very but that doesn't really matter, right? All the other stuff is kinda good though. But I really tested it, and yeah. Ah, this is, oh shit, that's white. Okay, so that's the missile launcher stuff. I think we can add it to enemies and vendors leveled at list. Also, the interface, Whispering Hills is changing the interface sounds. Yes. Yes.
War never changes.
You're gonna knock him dead at the Veterans Hall tonight, hun.
You think?
Absolutely. Now get ready and stop.
Yeah, thank you for choosing this mod. A lot of work and time has been invested in the actual state of this mod, and I hope you enjoy it. There's a craftable holotape in any gem station. I think we should actually check that out later, to be honest. Background music is enabled. I'm not sure if that's gonna give me copyright problems, probably, so I'm not gonna turn it up that loud. So this video is also a test for copyright claiming. Ah! That's gonna be funny, oh god. Also you can support crowdfunding for him on that link. Please support our cause. Yeah, Patreon is there. Oh, by the way, it's the guy that made Vivid Weathers, I think. And there's also a Discord.
Right.
So, can I actually... I cannot go into the menu yet. But...
Hey, my turn, big guy.
I can show you at least how it looks. See, as you can see, it looks already a little bit like dark-ish. But... if I take... oh yeah, what I wanted to do is... I really don't like depth of... Oh, depth of field is disabled from last time. That's great. I really didn't... I had like crazy depth of field. This is, by the way, the EMB is Whispering Chills. From the... There's like a mod guide that is specifically dedicated to making like a full horror playthrough. But I didn't use that guide. So as you can see, off and on. Off and on. Alright. I might create a character in this perspective, right? And then basically translate it to this. Because I can show you the difference. If I'm gonna use, like, this is like my Kate overhaul, right? And it's like a little bit outdated-ish. Like, for example, I didn't like this on the eyes. Also, I need to readjust all this stuff anyway. Because, the problem is, how do I call it? Not only is it outdated, but I'm not using 100% of the mods I used back in the day, alright? So I might create like a new character, you know what I mean? Like, you know, like the faces here. They have some stuff under the eyes, but not that crazy. But if I work with this, for example, alright. Let's say I'm gonna use this.
I swear you haven't aged a
All right.
day since our wedding.
And now I'm gonna turn on the ENB. Like, the difference is crazy, right? As you can see. So in-game it looks very good, but I could see that it's gonna be a little bit distracting, actually, in-game, you know, when you create a character. So I'm probably gonna create the character without the ENB, and then sometimes, you know, I'm gonna see like, oh, how does it look? How does it look? Because there's also like a little bit like shadow stuff going on with the ENB, as you can see. And when I turn it off, it's not really there on the face anymore. So I think I can do specific stuff on the face better without the ENB, and later in-game, the finished product will always look better in the ENB, basically. But yeah, this is episode 0. Thanks for watching. We have like 30 more seconds. I can try to end this video on 30 minutes. That'd be kinda nice. So feel free to check out the next episode. I'm not sure if I can keep a promise if I say we're gonna make the episodes between 15, 20, 30 minutes. Because sometimes, you know, even a conversation in Fallout 4 can take up 5 minutes, you know, or you run from A to B and it's like 5 minutes, you know. So the episodes are gonna vary depending on what I do or what's happening. But yeah, oh shit, I passed 30 seconds, minutes, fuck. But yeah, I'm gonna see you guys next video. Thanks for watching. And if you check, I would say check out episode 1 and 2 if you actually want to mod this yourself again. You know, you got Fallout 4 installed, or you need a new fresh install anyway. So you need to delete everything. But it took me, like what this Modlist specifically took me 3 days. But not like 3 days, like each day 24 hours. Probably like 12 hours or something, you know, depending on how fast you are. Also, there was some trouble with the download servers. Because I had the problem, I'm from Europe. So mods under 500 MB downloaded with 50 kilobits, sometimes up to 200. And everything above 500 megabytes is like downloading with 10 megabytes a second. So it's like really weird. But yeah, I'm gonna see you in episode 1. Thanks for watching. See you guys later. Bye.